Shortly before Greta Thunberg arrived on the scene, a pusillanimous Woman's Day columnist named Louis Laffin um, announced his agency in favor of climate. Up until then, he laughed at people who were concerned about the changes of the earth. Oh my God, he would say, things have changed. Sarcastically, you know. And he was behind the long delay. So was Paul McCartney. Now, you might wonder, why would the United Nations put two virgins' pussy ball ahead of concern for saving the earth? I can tell you a little about American and European and Russian status mongering. You know, the way Louis Laffin once said, if you're not a celebrity, you might as well be dead. You know, they've shown the stars of the Olympics, but never the people who washed out and the tears of people who fail are forgotten. Public relations in the more wealthy societies where people are looked after even if they're not celebrities. Um, Trivializes that norm, but it's very serious. The discounting of the wretched of the earth plays a major role in what Hollywood does as fascist powers. Now, Trump went to school with Francis Ford Coppola, who directed Marlon Brando and The Godfather and so on. Little known fact that long forgotten by many people is that Hinckley Braid, when he unloaded at James Brady, that it was to impress Jodie Foster. You may not have detected this already, but major studio operators knew about the script in Pittsburgh and knew that I was being played for a dupe. When I escaped, Magna Wen has a code name for the men who murdered my father, the Donahues. She calls them good men. Good men. And when I tried to escape that gang, the Italian cinema creeps put out Goodfellas. Beat Catano has something called A Scene by the Sea, which is an allusion to Sean. It has a deaf boy in a Pittsburgh shirt surfing in Japan. Of course, Pete Catano and Ichiro Suzuki both got off on the Yoko Ono revenge attack on the San Jacinto that Bush congratulated them for. And I saw a film of Lee Marvin's Sergeant Rikers that opens with the usual semiotic in Japan, sucker punches the man. Yeah, that's the reason why Kennedy got off, was because it came out in 63 and then they reissued it in 68. 63 and 68, get it? Ha ha ha. So the hugeness of the cinema creepiness that's involved in this Axis presentation of the god that they are building. The leapfrog oligarchy, the plutocrats of string pullers behind the scenes. And of course, Kiss of the Spider Woman makes perfectly clear that they have every intention of militarizing the left as well as the right. And that's the whole game, is to just get everybody fighting. And in the name of a pimp idea of casino licky chops, divvies, these craven individuals targeted my right to be paid for my hard work. In other words, while I was working to try to warn people about what was happening, which I felt was my duty as a citizen and as a journalist, I was working. They were mining the blackout so that they could rob the victims of the gold in their teeth. And they used me as an example. And then they said the opposite was what happened. I mean, it's a matter of record. The intellectual honesty is missing. They say that they have the right to void intellectual honesty because John Lennon pulled his Houdini. I mean, it's like a, it's like a mystical thing for the University of Pittsburgh. They have a right to murder a senior faculty member because John Lennon pulled his Houdini. It's like a mystical thing for them. They have a right to lie and void reality because John Lennon pulled his Houdini. And it comes into focus with. They become enthusiastic, excited, drunk, nay, gay. They have a right to deceive and ripper murder and lie and withhold information about public safety because John Lennon pulled his Houdini. The spinnerbini goes off.